talk about money, because you're big talking about, you know, money not being this evil thing, money being something that we're allowed to have, especially coaches, healers, people doing this kind of life-changing work. You know, what were the kind of beliefs that you had to transform about money in order to create the kind of success that you have now?
Yes. So this is one of my favorite subjects because there's so much magic in it, right? I was being interviewed for a documentary a couple months ago, and they said, you know, you've been doing this work a long time. What are the top issues? And I said, there's really only three. And one of them produces the other two. So there's mommy daddy stuff, which produces sexual shame and money shame. And these three subjects, mommy, daddy, which is one, money and sex, you master those three things, you get under those three things, you get under everything else. Those are some of the biggest hurdles in people's consciousness. And I am no different. In 2020, just from one of my coaching businesses alone, we did 1.8 million and kept $1 million of that. And there's a big difference between making $1 million and keeping it. And so I'm sharing these numbers because I know some people are already triggered just from the numbers alone. But I'm sharing the numbers because in 2014, right? So we just got out of 2020. In 2014, I was making $32,000 a year as a coach. So not long ago, I was broke and at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to coaching. And to me, that's what makes me highly qualified. This is why I help coaches every day. I have a company called Kaboom, and we help coaches break through these invisible ceilings and really step into embodiment and allow themselves to own that it's okay for them to want a white Range Rover and to want to help humanity. Both of those things can live because, as we mentioned earlier, God is in everything. It can't separate itself. And there's no difference between the Barbie doll or the Ninja Turtle that you played with at 12 that's trash or belongs to someone else, or the Tesla that you'll play with at 29 or 39 that will eventually be trash or belong to someone else. And so for me, the game, money is a vehicle for some of the biggest breakthroughs we can have on this planet. And it also becomes a vehicle to support other humans. Without bragging, just in 2020, I probably spent about $50,000 on humans that I will never meet. Some of them I know, but most of them I don't. I paid for funerals. I paid for surgeries. I helped so many people. Same thing this year already. I just, out of the goodness of my heart, sent a friend $1,000. I knew he was struggling. And I know he was afraid to ask me because of his pride, but I knew he had kids. And I said, hey, bud, I just want to bless you with this because people blessed me. And so I want to remind all light workers, all healers, all consultants, all coaches out there who are struggling with the concept of money. Right now, our society functions with money as a big part of it. And money is energy and money is listening. Money is listening. My conversation with money is bring it, bitch. Let's go. I am excited for you. Bring me more. Rain down on me. Right?
Yes. I love this. This is so great. And yeah, I've had similar experiences where I've been able to be really generous to people in my life that I deeply, deeply love and make a real difference in their life. And it brings me to tears. Like it's such a gift to be able to do, and it's such a privilege to be able to do. And there's really nothing like it. And you can't do that if you're, if you're broke. You can't do that if you're not charging fair prices for the work that you're doing.
Yes. And let's talk about that for a second. There's a few elements in here. Number one, I know I'm about to trigger a few people listening, and just caveat this by saying, I love you so much. This is why I'm about to trigger you. I love you so. I promise you, I am.
Shield yourself.
Yes, I am one of you. I am one of you, and this is why I'm going to say this. So there's a big difference between assets and liabilities, and most people are a liability to humanity, to their friends and family, every minute, every month, every day. that they hide, that they get ready, that they hoard their gifts, that they underprice themselves based on some idea about their worthiness. Most people, right? And I want you to really scan your life. Whoever's listening right now, if you were to get hit by a bus today, if you were to get cancer today and be out for 6-7 months, would you be in position to not be a burden on your mom and dad? Would you be in a position to not be a burden on your friends and family? Because if you aren't, you're robbing yourself and them. You see, I think strategically. I think way ahead. What if, right? Everybody's riding the light and love train and, oh my God, we're in Bali and we're doing ecstatic dance. And yes, all of that. But what happens, right? What happens when you get dengue fever? What happens when that somebody's scooter, slips from under them on leaving the ecstatic dance, right? So I think it's really important that we remember, number one, we have no issues buying the stupidest stuff in the world from Amazon. We have no issues buying ridiculous shoes and gadgets and all kind of dumb stuff that will be trash. There's all kind of stuff you bought just in 2020 that means nothing. There's no ROI on it. And yet you're afraid to charge somebody $3,000 to work with you for 3 months. You made up some stupid ass story about, and the story is victimizing the future client. You don't know what they're being with. You got to ask yourself, guys, what is the cost of inaction? How many other things have they done before they got to me? And what am I saving them? Right? I tell my clients like this all the time. And I'm going to use the example of this woman. I'm going to use a guy. Let's say this guy's named Jeff. Jeff, in the next 3 months, will fly to Tulum because he, wants to be like fun and spiritual and like do ayahuasca and drink and all those things. So Jeff's going to fly to Tulum. That flight, let's call it $800, right? Jeff is also going to, partake in a few things there. So let's add another $1,000. So $1,800 for Jeff's trip. Maybe let's add another 1,000 for room and board because he's going to stay at Nomade or whatever you call it. Jeff is going to spend $2,500 on his trip to Tulum. Then he's going to come back home and he is going to buy 15 things from Amazon that will be trash in the next 9 months. And that, let's call that a total of $1,000. So now we're up to like $3,000-$4,000. Jeff is also going to spend, let's call it a couple thousand over 3 months on his Honda Accord that just sits there. So now we're up to, let's call it $6,000 in a 3-month period. And none of those things, not one of them, holds weight to the 3 months that he spends with you, where he breaks through the molestation that happened when he was 9 years old. Not one of those things holds weight up against the one breakthrough, not 100, one breakthrough. He gets one breakthrough from working with you. Not one of those things, $6,000, is even close to him transforming his life forever.